What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. You got the East-West Connect. Got Alan over on the West. I'm over here on the East.
Yo,
We are tag teaming again. We were defeated in our quest to do the trios last week. We, however, figured out our issues. At least we think we did with getting the echo on the live stream. So we apologize for that. Hopefully you were able to listen a little bit past that for the rest of the podcast on the YouTube channel last week. But first off, we just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers
yes,
out there. Um, make sure you teach your kids to watch some wrestling, especially AEW wrestling.
that's right. Otherwise, it's the we'll never be able to hand it down. We'll be the dying breed.
So, boom, Alan, you got some shit you want to talk about? Let's talk about it.
Well, yeah, there are a couple of things that were announced this week outside of what's going on in the shows, mostly around Aubrey Edwards. Actually, nothing specifically with her, but she's been making the rounds. She did a podcast, and she's also this actually got leaked out, not leaked really, but it got sent out to CBR.com and a couple other even comic book sites. So it's nice that the information is spreading out there. But two of the things that were announced this week is that they are looking into doing an AEW video game, which is very cool. And you kind of figure that's obviously going to have to be in the future. I mean, WWE has their 2K series. Any decent promotion is going to have a corresponding game. And apparently, before Aubrey joined AEW as a referee, she had a career in the video game industry.
Yep.
She actually worked for 10 years in the design side of 4 different video game companies. She was a programmer. She moved to a producer role. So it's pretty cool that she actually had that background. It's such a dynamic shift to go from that to, becoming a referee. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously there is a crossover appeal to wrestling fans who are also video game fans. Happens with the comics, happens to toys, happens with a lot of pop culture involvement. You've got fans who will always want to dip into the video game side of things, and so yeah, that'll be something that'll be cool to look forward to. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see who they hook up with as far as a designer goes. Will it be the 2K people? Is there a contract with WWE exclusive? Will it be a different company? Time will tell.
What is a video guy? What is a video guy?
Oh, that was my my Irish accent, of which I'm not Irish whatsoever. It just came through for 1 second there.
I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, I'm curious to see who they sign up with as well. They had spoke about the pod. Before that, I had heard about the video game, but she even said it's in such early stages right now. But she also said it's you know you want to make sure you're getting the correct publisher as well. You want someone who knows the genre or whatever you want to call it. Because you don't want to, because that was the issue with the WWE game this year versus last year.
Oh yeah.
Was the developer changed, so the new developer is getting shit on pretty hard. I almost would say that I know it's like people are looking for realism now, so probably not the way to go. But Fire Pro Wrestling, which is basically a game that's so customizable from the ring aprons to the characters that you can make whatever character you want. You can. It's also very match driven, where you don't just start doing power bombs. You work your way. You build your way to get to do power bombs and finishing maneuvers and shit like that. So you could literally break down your character's attributes, like what gets them to that point of the match. So it's pretty cool, but it's not as visually pleasing in terms of 3D how things are now. It's very 16-bitish, which
Yep.
I don't mind at all. But I don't think that AEW would go in that direction because they're trying to get a more broad audience. So you got to kind of go less with the niche and more with the overall crowd, and what would grab them. So,
Yep. To your point, they got to be very careful with the developer. Something that was very interesting, and I go, this isn't AEW related; it is more WWE, but I thought it would just be interesting to mention. There have been a lot of people catching that now on the latest WWE programming. If they're in the back or they're in like conference rooms, and they'll put up video game pictures and things like that. All of the 2K20 releases have been replaced by 2K19. So now if you see a wrestler like talking in a break room or a conference room, you see a 2K19 poster, they are actually pretending that 2K20 never happened. It was that bad. So it is something you do have to be very, very careful about. And the fact that she has actually worked on games in the past, that's great. That means that she'll probably have a lot of input with it, and they're in good hands, I think, in that respect.
Yeah, and she mentioned working, talking to Kenny Omega a lot, and Kenny Omega is known as like a super gamer. I mean, that the whole Fighter Fest thing is something he's heavily involved with.
Yep.
Which is basically a video game thing that AEW kind of combined with, similar to Jericho's Cruise. Although Jericho's Cruise is a wrestling cruise, but it's similar, where they just kind of two separate entities linked up and combined to form Voltron, as you would say.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. I really don't video game much anymore. I will grab it regardless. I'm probably on PlayStation
sure
platform, because that's the platform I prefer. But I probably won't even have, like, whenever it comes out, it'll probably be PS5, and I doubt I'll even ever own a PS5. So, but I'll buy it and own it, just to have it.
Yeah, for what it's worth. Yeah, for what it's worth, I am hearing that the initial run of PS5 games will also be playable, I believe, on PS4. So depending on when this comes out, that might be the case. But again, it could be a while before it's actually out there.
I don't think it'll be out. I think it'll be at least a year.
Yeah.
I would say at least a year. I don't see it coming out before that.
Yeah.
Especially she said, and this was only like a week or two ago, she said that it was super early in the process. So I think realistically, the developer is the most interesting aspect. Who will it be? And again, what kind of experience do they have in that realm?
Yep.
So,
and then she had one other thing I thought that was very interesting, and that was there being an official rule book for AEW, which is cool. And that would be something I'm sure that would be interesting to actually, have on sale for fans who could take a look at it and actually follow along with it and see how obviously the rules for AEW are different. You've got rankings, where score actually matters as far as wins and losses. There's other things that take place as well.
10 count.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, she is one of the people actively working on the rule book, which makes sense. She's a referee. Apparently, the referee sat down. They talked about how to react in different situations. They came into an agreement on various rules that actually made sense. She went into a few of the rules, and the refs themselves, they want to have clarification too. So it is a different breed of wrestling. So yeah, the fact that there's going to be an official rule book, the fact that might be something that would go on sale for people to be able to buy is fantastic. It's again, it's a nice niche product to own if you're a wrestling fan, I think.
Yeah, she had mentioned that somewhere else, maybe on the podcast Unrestricted for AEW, or maybe Talk is Jericho. I can't recall, but she had mentioned a rule book in the past, and obviously when she was a guest on her own podcast, she mentioned it again as well. So yeah, I mean, not something I'm too into. I don't really care much about it, but there are people that definitely would buy a rule book just as a collector.
Exactly. And they could do a lot with that too. I mean, I'm from publishing. I can definitely say that you can make it special. You could say make a rule book and make it put bells and whistles in it, turn into some type of a publishing event, have it come with the collectible, have it be, the correct industry term is bundled. Bundle it with something, bundle it with a plush or with a figurine or with something else. You can actually do a lot with it to make it enticing to somebody who may not want to, under normal circumstances, just buy a rule book.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot they can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, any product is a good product, especially when you're building a company. So
exactly,
it doesn't hurt. I mean, eventually that stuff will all fall in place and fall in line, and I think a lot of things are stalled right now with the current pandemic situation, and I know things are opening up, but the world isn't going to be moving it like it was. It's a very big machine, and it takes a while for each part to start churning
Exactly.
and turning and getting things done. So, um, I think once things fully open up, I think realistically you're going to see a lot more from AEW in terms of things like that, books, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
um, definitely look forward to it. It's slow burn type of deal. They kind of, like I just said. I mean, it's just they kind of got hit with a wall, and you know, just got to grin and bear it till it's time.
Exactly.
But anything else you got on that
No,
miscellaneous?
that's about it. I think Aubrey Edwards is a really great spokesperson for the company. I
Oh,
like
for
that she's
sure.
involved. She's fantastic. I feel like you learn a lot about what's going on, through her. And yeah, I honestly think they're very lucky to have her as far as being able to go out there and just try to spread the word of this company
Yeah.
to more than just. I mean, again, the proof is in the pudding. I learned about this news not through her podcast, not through Talk is Jericho. I saw it for the first time on CBR.com. And for those who aren't aware, that's comicbookresources.com. That's like one of the top comic book and pop culture websites. The fact that they are reporting stuff like this is proof positive that AEW is becoming more and more part of the mainstream in the same way that WWE is, and that's very important. It can only get better.
Yep. 100%. So, all right. I mean, we'll just switch off. You catch Dark this week or no?
I did.
All right. I mean, I got a couple little notes here. Nothing. Again, I mean, it's a lot of enhancement matches. Can I just call it jobber matches?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't want to catch heat. I get attacked on Twitter for calling them jobbers.
Well, it's funny.
Um,
When I was a kid, my brother and I, when we would watch Superstars, we would call them minor wrestlers.
minor.
So we'd be like, "Oh, it's Paul Orndorff against minor wrestler. It's Hockey Talk Man against this minor wrestler from New Jersey who I've never heard of before." But it's funny too because you would have guys like the Brooklyn Brawler who would be a jobber for life. They would always
Yeah.
be that minor wrestler,
Yeah.
fighting against whoever would be on. So, but yeah, I also I try to stick into the habit of it's jobber wrestling. It's yeah.
If you don't follow the current trends, you're bound to get bounced out of what you're trying to do here. So I
Exactly.
gotta tread lightly with my jobber versus enhancement talent. Um, Apparently, it's even pissing off some of the wrestlers. But no, I'm joking. It's not pissing them off. But I mean, even like Jericho's like enhancement talent because he kind of goes into the jobber and then he'll say enhancement talent. So, but all right. I mean, right off you had Jurassic Express versus those three dudes. Didn't bother writing their names down.
It's
And
Capital Vices and John Cruz.
all right. And no offense, but it's a lot of typing when I
Yeah.
just want to take notes. But the two guys, Capital Vice guys, they got the Freddy Krueger gimmick. Little too weird. Like it's should be a little tighter. I mean, it felt like bulky and
Yeah.
big shoulder pads with the look and all that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, Sloppy match. A lot of sloppy like stuff in that match. Jungle Boy looked good. Um, like couple spots where he didn't look good because I think it was more the talent he's going against and the mess that was going on. Um, Marco Stunt, like I like Marco Stunt, I really do. He got way too much in that match. I think they were
Yeah.
doing well with him early on where he got his spots, but now he's almost basically a standalone wrestler who's getting things in with no problem. And it's not, again, I don't have an issue with Marco Stunt, but there's got to be a way for Marco Stunt to be Marco Stunt in that world. And
Yeah.
they did good early on, and now I think they're getting a little more bold, saying, "Oh well, people are more accepting of Marco, so let's." Now he's, the one guy. I mean, the one guy was damn near his size, so I get it. But the other two guys, it's like, come on, man, you gotta play him for what he is in his role. Quick offense, in and out, boom. Okay, he gets caught, bang, he goes down, gets beat up a little, gets up, does another sneaky thing, gets the tag, something like that. You can't have him basically almost forcing these guys to get tags. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
so uh, That's what I got on it. I mean, what's your take on that match? Did you
Uh,
take anything on that match? Any notes?
Not
Or?
much. I didn't think much of it, to be honest. I
Yeah.
agree with you, and I think Marco Stunt really, yeah. I mean, he might. I don't know. I feel like if they want to season him a bit better, it may make more sense to have him as a singles competitor. Uh, but for now, yeah, I'm not the hugest Jurassic Express fan. I love Jungle Boy. I think Jungle Boy works best as a singles guy, as opposed to necessarily being in a tag team. But that's me. I mean, I didn't take too much of it other than that, though. Mostly exactly what you point out. It was sloppy. It was nothing really memorable. Probably perfect place to air it would be dark. So
Right. Yeah, I don't know that Marco's good in a single role either because there's no real. I mean, then Marco just turns into a punching bag, and if you start to do too much with him, like I feel they did in this match, then you start to go on the unbelievable aspect, and then at some point I have to go, Jim Cornette's right, like I don't want to say Jim Cornette's right. I mean, obviously he
yeah,
makes some good points, but you know, I think the way he goes about um, his approach is fucking awful. But
yeah.
um,
He needs seasoning. Period. I mean, he really does.
he so I don't know that he needs season. I think he's good. I just don't think he's too small to be put in that type of role. Um, anyway, I'll move on from that. I don't want to sound like I'm destroying Marco because I actually love Marco. He's great. Yeah, I mean he just when he's on Sammy's vlog, I love watching that. Them two
Yeah,
are hilarious together. But so I don't want to feel like I'm burying Marco. But there's a way to talk about the situation. But it's like a guy like Cornette, he's just so disparaging about everything. He just won't even give anything a secondary thought. Um, you know.
yeah,
I mean, I got the next match that I have notes for is Avalon and Cutler versus SCU.
yep,
Listen, all them guys are good workers. They're all great workers. I mean, Cutler, Avalon, they're good workers, man. I shit on Avalon a lot with the mustache and the hair and all that. It's funny because they did the post match, but we'll talk about that. Talk about that in a second. But the the fact that it's like a face and a heel combo, and it's fun. And they're playing this out very well as opposed to the Nightmare Family issue. They're not playing that out very well. I think it's very awful, like
yeah,
very stagey and very, I don't know. It's just very like it's so in your face, but it's not even smooth, At least Avalon and Cutler always do. They've always been a little bit over the top, and especially Avalon. So I like the heel face thing going on with them.
yep.
Um, what do you got on that match in general? I mean, I just thought it was a good match, man. They all work well together. So
I did too. I liked it a lot. I thought there was a lot of good chemistry. I was, I love the end where it's like, Avalon's just trying to steal us with a schoolboy, and it's just like that's so old school to
yeah,
just go in very chicken shit, just try to quickly do. I like that a lot. It was,
yeah.
yeah, I enjoyed it. Again, it's a match that I don't know. It could have appeared certainly on the regular show,
Oh, for sure,
but I think it was the highlight of this specific episode.
100%,
For sure, as far as my favorite match on
hundred
the
percent.
card. So yeah,
Then they go to the backstage interview. I don't know if there was a match between or not. I forget. Because I only take certain notes. I don't know if you do the same.
yeah, no, but yeah, you're right. They just went right post match. Daniel saying he wants to challenge for the AEW tag team titles.
Okay.
So that's what I had
Um,
as my next note too.
so Avalon and Cutler in the back. They do the whole argument about splitting up. And I was joking about the hair. Avalon actually had his hair down.
Yeah,
I was like, that looks good. That looks good, man. Like,
yeah, it does.
keep your hair down, and I could deal with the mustache actually with the hair down. But
Yeah,
that little half man bun
I
thing,
hate that shit.
it just I'm like, it don't have the it's just not the look, And
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
hate
why
that
don't he
shit.
just keep his fucking hair down? It looks good that way. Like, it's weird because you have wrestlers, they have a look, and they're like, for me anyway, I have like, if they look a certain way, I just won't get into them just because of the way they look.
Same.
It's
Same.
it's weird. I mean, Darby Allin's a little guy, but it's not. He looks fine to me. I like it. I like the gimmick. I like everything. I'm a fan of his. But you would think that that's something, but it's not even about size or anything. It's more like they just have and that one fucking thing literally changed. I'm like, oh shit, like there's a different option with his hair. I don't know why he puts it up. Maybe it annoys him when he wrestles, but it's like always in like this little weird half man bun crap.
Yeah, I am no fan of the man bun. Everybody wants me to do it as my hair is getting longer. Everybody's getting all giddy. Oh, we can't wait for it to be long enough if you do a man bun. I'm like, you understand? I'm never doing a man bun. No, I don't care how much you ask for it. It's not happening.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No way.
And I'm just I'm breaking a little balls, but because I love Peter Avalon, actually. Like I really do. Like people shit on that librarian gimmick, and since the beginning of that, I've been on it. I've been happy with it, So, what do you got notes for? Because I only have, I think, maybe two more kind of.
Well, yeah, they had Danny Jordan versus Big Swole.
Okay.
That's what I had next. It was okay. It was very quick. Not much to really talk about. It was, again, Swole's pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a nice little, display. I guess it's a nice way to showcase, her.
Right.
Versus this Danny Jordan. So, it was all right. It was over very quickly.
Yeah, I didn't honestly pay much attention. I knew it was going to be what it was, and I knew it was just going to be, pretty basic match. I got Janela and Kiss. They got from the previous week's vignette. I guess this is to be continued when they show up together and tag. So they might have did it the week prior. I don't even know, but I don't think they did actually. Trying to keep my days together is a pain in the ass. My brain sucks, but so they did the tag match. I people shit on Janela. I don't have too much of a problem. I think he runs pretty funny. Yeah,
he does. Yeah,
he got very.
Talked about that.
Yeah, he got very. Yeah. He's got very short legs, so he's like when he's running the ropes, it's pretty funny. But
yeah, he runs like a rabbit.
Yeah, and then Sonny Kiss. I think Sonny Kiss is a good wrestler. I think he at times does things that kind of slows down his match or makes it a little too what do you want to do? Choreographed, but
yeah,
when he's not doing that, he's pretty damn good wrestler. I think maybe cut down some of that shit that looks too choreographed, and otherwise always looks like a solid wrestler.
Yes.
A little too much of that showmanship shit turns into, say that 3 times fast, turns into too much that choreographed feel and look,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but the match was the match. I had no other notes really, just bring it up. I mean, did you have any notes on that?
No, I think we did skip one though. I think before that there was David Ali versus Lance Archer. That was also in the program.
That's cool. I mean, if I don't really like me personally, I don't take notes on everything, just things that I think we should quick hit. So
okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, not much to really say about it. Just to say that it was on the program.
Yeah,
it was all right. Lance Archer won.
I didn't even really watch it. I just sat there fiddling on my phone while it went, because you know what it was. It was Lance Archer coming out, bulldozing dudes, and don't need to really, nothing major to talk about there.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Because I'll go right to Brandy and Allie. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that was the next match. In fact, it was Brandy and Allie versus Red Velvet and Kinsey Page.
That first little thing with Allie, she I'll tell you one thing about Allie. She really, like, when she lays in her shots, I feel like she lays in her shots and makes them look, like legitimate,
Totally.
So I never really seen Allie. I know she's been on AEW stuff. It was a while ago. You know my brain. I don't. And she's never had anything major in the ring that I can recall. I don't think she might have had a singles match on one of the early pay-per-views before they went to weekly TV.
Yeah.
But so I don't really recall her in the ring, and I never, like I said, AEW kind of brought me back, so I don't know what she did outside of AEW. So she's shown me that I can get behind her character because she really looks like she's laying it in when she's doing her move sets.
She does.
The shit looks legit.
Yeah, she's enjoyable to watch.
Right, where I feel like a lot of women, they kind of like they look like they're going real hard and they go and then when they get to the chest they just kind of push, and it's almost like, nah, you gotta, if you're going hardcore, hit it, boom, lay it in, make it look real, but so that was cool. Brandy, whatever. I'm not gonna disparage the rest of these women, but it wasn't that visually pleasing of a match otherwise. A little too much again with that, like I was saying, with Avalon and Cole Cutler, they're playing that good guy heel face role very well, where I feel like it's so contrived and so it's not well done since the beginning with Allie and Brandy. So
yeah, it's a clumsy story. It's not really much to really. There's not much invested into it, I don't think.
Right. You got anything? What was after? I think the main event, right?
Yes. After that was it was Shawn Spears and Lee Johnson. Oh, actually, no. There were a couple more. Yeah. There was Shawn Spears and Lee Johnson. I didn't really have much on that. I mean, Spears won with submission.
Yeah, I mean, they still didn't really. The glove didn't really come into it.
No, I still didn't really see what they're doing.
They kept showing the glove. The glove didn't come into it. Then they're like, oh well, he's what'd they say? It's a long storied thing, the black glove. Like, okay, what do you mean it's long and storied? I mean, a couple guys had, what is it, Bad News Brown or Bad News Allen and Mulligan. Okay, but I mean, it's not this storied thing, it's not, so I don't know. I don't know what their plan is with it. I mean, they're obviously showing Spears in a more serious role with this match. That's what they did show off, was him being more serious and more, intense. So, but yeah, I didn't even take notes on that match. I don't know. You got notes on anything else from?
I don't. I'm looking right now through, and there's nothing really. I mean, there were a few other matches, but nothing really noteworthy. Again, nothing that really feels like it's necessary watching for keeping up with the brand. It's very. I feel like Dark is a supplemental show. It's something to have on the side. That every now and then you'll have a little snippet of something that might make a difference for Dynamite. Right. But outside of that, again, it's like watching Superstars back in the day, and it didn't really have much of an effect.
Yeah, and I think maybe that'll change. Like I think I said last week, is maybe with the maybe they're just trying to get some indie talent, some work, and while doing that, getting some of their talent that hasn't been on Dynamite some work as well, and putting them over to build their brand. So I think once everything gets back to normal, maybe they'll do a better mix of it. Less indie jobbers per se, and more mid card mix up. So I mean, the main event was Sky and what was his name? Robert Anthony. Robert Anthony. I don't know where that is on my notes. Probably on my phone. Didn't sync up to my tablet here, but yeah. I mean, I didn't watch that closely, but I knew both guys would kind of do their thing. They're both veterans, so they look, from what I was watching, they did a good job. Scorpio Sky, in the future, I think he'll be a singles competitor, and in the championship picture at some point, I think.
For sure. I think that's in his future.
Yeah, so I will just move over to Dynamite. The Britt Baker and the commentary throughout, man, was fucking great.
You know, I wouldn't mind just having her there at this point until she comes back.
Yep.
Just have her working with Tony like every week.
Yeah,
It's
just passing the notes. We got a note from Britt Baker, and then they go in. It's fucking, it's great. I mean, shit, man. From being someone I was just like, oh my god, why is she in the ring? To God, I can't wait till I see what they do with her this week. She's taking the torch and running with it. I can't say that enough. I mean,
no, it's true.
I'm not saying her ring work is that much better. It's a little bit better,
right.
but in terms of the overall characters, fucking great.
Yeah, she's making the best of a shitty situation.
Yeah.
She's turning chicken shit into chicken salad.
There you go.
So.
But all right, so match 1, Omega Hangman versus Dustin and QT. Man, during that match, Omega, he fucking caught Dustin with the knees in the corner.
Yeah.
He went to kick over him, and Dustin did the run in, and whoo, it looked like he got rocked pretty good.
It did.
He went to do Kenny went to do the flip, but I guess the timing was just off. Pretty hard knock, it looked like.
Yep.
I did like that the Natural Nightmares hit the double Russian leg sweep, man. I mean,
yes.
More old school, the better.
Exactly. Again, every time they can get these old school moves in there, it really does set them apart, and it does make them a different type of a prog. So that's nice to see.
Yep. Something I don't think we've mentioned, but because Hangman hasn't been around, I don't think, since we did this podcast, was I love that sliding lariat that he does. I'm a big fan of that. I think it looks good, man.
It is. It's a very clean looking move. I like it a lot.
Good match. 4 guys, they're all good at what they do. They're all professional.
Yeah.
They're all tight. I mean, obviously they had the one mishap. Hopefully Dustin was all right. Hopefully he didn't get like half a concussion or whatever. But
yeah, seriously. I didn't hear anything after that about any problems, so hopefully not.
Yeah, me neither. What do you got on the match? Anything specific?
Nothing truly specific. Again, it's more of a storytelling advancement kind of a situation. It's how I saw it.
Right, 100%.
Otherwise it was very good. Omega and Hangman win. It's just advancement. You knew it was going to happen. It wasn't really surprising.
Right.
It was cool. It was enjoyable to watch. Not much else to really say about it. I just want to see how they move this along.
Yeah. Anna Jay, they got the vignette for her. It was good. It's good to have a little sit down interview, not an interview, but like a sit down monologue where she just, good way to connect with fans. They showed some dark results, which was good. I mean, you got to kind of bring dark to the masses, especially on your cable TV show. So that was cool. So then they go into Anna Jay versus Abaddon.
Abaddon's a freak, man.
Holy shit.
She looks like she's right out of Walking Dead.
Bro, she is in the gimmick too. There was no slacking in her gimmick. The way she crawled from the tunnel all the way out was crazy. There was no like slacking in terms of I'll take a knee here and hop up and no, man. She did the fucking crawl. She looked like a goddamn scary worm or some shit.
Yeah, she's great.
That shit worked. She got Wrestler of the Week for AEW, which is crazy. But the funny part is, oddly enough, it turned into like a quick squash almost.
It was
on Anna Jay.
So funny, Anna Jay giving her whole background and everything.
Right.
You think, all right, she's being highlighted.
Yeah.
And then they rode to the match. It's like, nope.
Bam!
Nope.
She hit her. She did hit her with that weird Hurricanrana, while she was kneeling. I don't know what that is.
It was a step up Hurricanrana of some sort.
A little strange. I don't know how I feel about it, but then of course, it was obviously you could see that it was once the Dark Order came out. It was obviously a build up to kind of try to bring Anna Jay into the Dark Order fold. She's either married to or dating 10, who is
Oh, yes.
Preston Vance.
Yes.
So it's an easy way to bring her in the fold, and there's kind of a connection there. Even though there might not be a storyline connection between the two, I don't think it's like AEW known that she's, to the fans, I should say, known that she's with him.
Yes.
Uh, but it doesn't hurt that they work together or whatever. They obviously have some kind of chemistry if they do. Um, I just don't. The whole thing with, I get you want to bring her into the fold, but to showcase her in the little vignette and then have her get squashed, and then they come out and kind of help her out, and it's almost like too fast.
It is too fast.
It's almost like, oh shit, like where'd this come from? It just comes and goes.
And
So
you would think that you would have something like this take place after a big win, not after a squash loss.
right. Well, I understand that because their whole thing is people that are down and out, and they want to bring them in. I get that,
Mm-hmm.
but I just don't understand the quickness of it. Like it should be more of a build. You could, like they're doing with Colt Cabana. There
Yep,
was a
exactly.
build there. Losing, losing, losing. Bam, we want you. Boom. Now you're gonna tag with me. Next Dynamite. So that
Yeah.
makes sense. They're building it. I don't know. I just felt that was a little hasty, but whatever. I mean, it's nice that Dark Order is gonna have a woman in there. That's gonna be nice to round them out.
Yep.
MJ, you have anything on that match otherwise?
No, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Again, I love Abaddon's awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, very striking, very memorable.
Yeah.
So
Can't wait to see what else she does.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, MJF and Billy Gunn versus Billy Gunn, I should say, or sorry, Billy of the Gun
Yeah, you
Club.
can't call him Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing. It's like you can call his son's Gunn. You can't with him though
Yeah.
because WWE still owns Billy Gunn.
We're getting a C&D, bro. We're getting a C&D.
Right, exactly. But with his sons, it's no problem. It's really funny.
So go
But
ahead.
yeah, I liked it. Again, MJF is awesome.
Yep.
I mean, he's the star of the match. He's one of the stars of the show. I liked it a lot. Billy. I don't know. I don't really. I get. Billy obviously has history. They want to have him in there. I don't know whether or not he's somebody that they should really be focusing on at the moment, necessarily. Definitely for his sons, yeah, for sure. But I don't know. It's like I kind of feel like because there's two sons, right?
Yeah, I don't know if
Like,
the other one's a wrestler. He just started showing up.
okay, because I was
I
gonna
don't
say.
know. I mean, he might be. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't heard
yeah.
anything about him.
But yeah, no. I mean, MGF was great. I did like it that Billy did try to bring out the Fameasser. So also old school
I
WWE there, but
I've never been a fan of Billy Gunn, but I almost feel like, okay, he's a star, he's a name, so you kind of use him where you can. Um, as far as his son, it's almost like his son should be in there wrestling. You know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I don't know why his son isn't doing more wrestling. Is he not signed? Is he signed? I don't know. The thing about this match for me was there's a lot of goof shit, especially early on, which you don't fucking need. It had good work, but then it had some goof shit. Um, Good selling of the leg, that type of shit. So I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm on the fence with this match. Where like what I felt about it, I really didn't feel. Kind of in the middle, you know, Billy Gunn. I guess at this point, it's always gonna be some goose shit, But it's like, do you want to drag MJF into that,
Right. Like I feel like MJF felt out of place here. It's like I feel like you need to have him in a much more high profile story at this point. What are you really getting out of this with involving them with Billy and his son? I don't know.
I think I think it's more of a boost in terms of the the name value to
Yeah.
boost MJF basically. Um,
Okay. So he doesn't really need it, I don't think necessarily.
he don't, but it don't hurt. It doesn't hurt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, I did enjoy when MJF got the ring, the look he gave the camera. I don't know if you caught that. He
Yes.
gave the
Yes.
camera the perfect fucking look.
Yeah. He
That
does.
was
He's
great.
like Zoolander.
Good brawl at the end. You know, usually sometimes the brawls look crazy and
Yep.
you know they get too messy, but which we've called out a lot, or maybe I've called out a lot. But it forward. Listen, it's building MJF and Jungle Boy, and
That's
of
right.
course Wardlow and Luchasaurus have unfinished business. Now they're
That's
doing
right.
the lumberjack match next week, so they were teasing that feud for a long time, and it seems like they're gonna go ahead and do it. So
Yeah.
you know, looking forward to that, man. You got anything on the brawl or?
No. No. After that, they went backstage. They had Alice Morvev talking with Jericho, with Sammy, talk about the attack on Orange Cassidy.
Yep.
I don't know. They're great.
Yeah, you can't complain about any of that shit. Yeah.
So
typical shit. I mean, you know, how much can you talk about? It's good stuff. That's it. You know,
it's fun stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't even take. I gotta be honest. I didn't take notes on it because it's just typical shit. You know, it's.
Yeah, it was there. It was nice to just hear from them.
It's almost like Mox. Mox does a good promo. It's like all you can really say is like he's just doing what he does, man. You know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So from there they did the Britt Baker segment.
Yep.
Where she's like, "You're in a friendship timeout." Ba ba ba. I thought that was great. The friendship timeout. You know. I think that's what she called it. Was it called something else? Friendship pause or something? I don't know.
No, it was a timeout.
Was it? Okay.
It was a timeout.
So
but no, my favorite thing of this segment, and I don't know if you caught this, because again, I know you're not really WWE, but I love the way where Baker's telling Reba to drive her and get her out of here, and the camera swings and this big swole in the driver's seat saying, "To Doctor," you know what that's from, right?
No.
So they had this storyline back in the day with WWE with Undertaker and Stephanie McMahon.
Okay.
And Undertaker turns around, it's like, "Where to, Stephanie?" And you hear her screaming, and it's just.
Okay.
Gotcha. I felt like they were paying homage to that.
Right. Probably.
Yeah. It was funny. It was great. Funny. I'm pretty sure it's exactly what they were paying homage to.
Most likely.
It was done very well. I liked it.
Most likely, especially with Tony Khan, because that guy's like a fucking encyclopedia.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you could see that. But yeah, he pulls a lot of the Jericho Tyson thing. He does like to pull a lot of little nuggets from WWE history and try to incorporate them. And this was a great homage. I enjoyed that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun.
So they go to Cody and Orton for the promo. Cody hinting about how he's basically been solo. Am I a part of the Elite? Am I a part of is the Nightmare Family really a thing? Then, of course, everybody's making a big deal about the 4 fingers scratching his chest, the 4 fingers scratching his face. And I'm like, you know what, man? At the time, I didn't really think about it. Like, sometimes I catch on to shit like that. Other times I don't. So, it's always good to keep my eyes on everything, social media, whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, I could see it. We've been talking about Horsemen.
That's right.
I mean, I felt MJF, FTR, and Shawn Spears might be a good horseman, but there was also the thrown out of maybe Cody being, maybe Cody being maybe Cody being the Flair,
Right. Exactly.
So either that or he's just trying. Everybody's kind of hinting 4 horsemen at this point, so maybe he's just doing what he does, and stoking the flames,
Yeah, he could be trolling.
Right. So, but it was good. It was good. Because he was talking about, he got beat down and nobody came to help him, basically. So.
Yep.
What do you got on that promo? Anything? I mean.
No, I mean that was basically it. It was really him teasing that, which again, it's either really really super obvious or he's just trolling at this point. But no, yeah, we get Ricky Starks.
Who called it?
Yep.
Who called it?
There you go.
Listen, I'm not gonna act like it's like the fucking most, like it's the most unobvious answer, but I felt that was with the fact that they had mentioned him coming in you know, him not being with NWA anymore and signing with AEW. I figured that was going to be probably the only thing, because why wouldn't they announce it ahead of time? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Unless it was going. But then I didn't like that they said, "Oh, well, we scouted this guy," and it should have been like a challenge, man. Like while he's out there doing a promo, I want the title shot. Boom. You know, like it'll
Yeah, it would have
again. It's
been. Yeah.
yeah. It's just one thing where they kind of like missed the boat on it. It's like when I said about Dark, where they initiated the guy into uh, uh, the Allen Angels guy. They initiate him into uh, Dark Order, but
Yeah.
before the show, they already show him as in his Dark Order getup as facing the next, this other guy, and it's like, well, you just ruined what's gonna happen on the show, you know? So
Exactly. Exactly. It was a missed opportunity. They could have really done something with
yeah,
it.
yeah. I think they could have handled that a little better. I think they do that a lot, man. I don't know. Like they're missing little things like that could have been good. You know, he's out there cutting the fucking promo.
Yep.
What better than Ricky Starks to come out and challenge him right there? Boom.
Exactly.
Done.
Exactly.
Or, Cody could be like, no one stepped up. It's been all week. We're here today. Who's gonna challenge me today? And bam, out comes Ricky Stark.
Exactly.
You know, good match. Pretty clean. They had that weird hiccup in the corner. I don't know if it was planned or if it was.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was planned or if it was an accident. But other than that, I mean, the clean match. Both guys worked well.
Yep. No, they had good chemistry. Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was a botch or not. Honestly, it was hard to say.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad match. Not, I've told you before, I'm not a big Ricky Starks fan. I don't,
Right.
maybe he'll like. I didn't watch a lot of them, so I can't say that I won't become a fan. But he seems to talk pretty well and all that. So maybe as the weeks go on, I'll just I'll kind of show some more interest in him personally.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was fun. Good match. I like it. They shake hands at the end. Cody comes out with a smile on his face. It's like, okay, all right, keep building. See what's up next.
Yeah. What do you got for the next one?
Well, we had Havoc and Sabian versus the Young Bucks.
Yep.
That was good. We got again. They have good chemistry. I think a lot as far as putting them together.
Right.
Again, they're not just throwing. They're just not throwing the Young Bucks into a program with FTR right away. It's like, okay, great. We're still seeing some other matches like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my only notes are really is it just I enjoyed it. I mean, the Bucks are great. They're probably at the top of the heap at the moment as far as being like a top tag team, certainly for this promotion.
Yeah.
So I do hope they just continue this slow burn, and then it looks like they are doing a slow burn, thankfully, with FTR,
right,
as opposed to just rushing right into it.
I wonder if they'll go to Fyter Fest with it or go to All Out, All In, whatever.
I kind of feel like it needs to be All In because I think that kind of a match needs to be on a bigger stage. Fyter Fest to me still feels like more of like a mid-card pay-per-view, like a pay-per-view that gets slotted in between other bigger pay-per-views. So I feel like they're going to have to roll it out to All In, definitely.
Yeah,
that would be a premier match on that card.
All right, yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't have an issue there. My note, I have Knox finds the pliers, but instead of getting rid of the pliers, he literally they're back in the corner of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
that's just an obvious fucking.
Just leave the evidence. Yeah, it's
just come on, man. Like, if you're gonna get rid of the pliers, get rid of the fucking pliers, man.
Exactly.
The mock punt that they did,
the
Super Bad Squad. That was pretty cool. With my notes again, the million people at fucking ringside again.
It's too many.
The fucking Butcher and the Blade, just come on, man.
It's almost like every match is becoming a lumberjack match.
Right. It's
got a bunch of people outside of each match just looking in, and yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, I mean, you thought it was pretty good. I thought it was too busy. So that was my note.
Okay.
The FTR thing again, it seems like they're playing up the respect the respect angle with them. So, I mean, that's you know, like we said, that's something that's gonna build and build and build and probably be at All In. I feel like All In might be too long, but there's a tag team championship there, so they can worm that in that,
They could.
which they're doing anyway. But they're kind of worming that in, so it could, in the grand scheme and All In, maybe turn into a title match between the two
Yeah.
if they wait that long. So
Yeah. Exactly.
so that's cool. But yeah, that was it for me on that. I mean, that's all I got on that match. You know, just
Yeah.
just because of the busy. It's almost like sometimes the busy shit just takes me out of a match. It really does.
Yeah.
When it's too much, and it almost just takes me out of the match, and I just get like, whatever.
You do need to extend some extra effort to focus on what's going on in the ring, which should not be the case.
Right.
Yeah.
We're back at the underpass. the infamous underpass.
Yes, back where I tailgated outside of City Field back in the day.
Yeah, where shit pops off. But Taz and Cage do the promo. Taz doing Taz shit. Cage not bad, man. I mean, not a bad promo. Just like I said with Archer, I'm glad they let him talk. He's another one. He needs to slow down with the promo.
Yeah.
It's too fast. Like some of these guys, it's like da 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 da.
Yeah, they're talking like
Sammy,
John Machida.
him. Just slow down. You're not. Semi-automatic, buddy. You don't need to put the fucking M60 out there. But other than that, just be more deliberate with the words. But other than that, I thought he did well. The promo was good. It wasn't, and totally fucking sound awful. And Taz, of course, is Taz.
Yeah, and like I said last week, I mean, I am at the point with this where it's just like I just want to see this happen already at Fyter Fest. Like I feel like they've milked it for about as long as they can. Yeah. There's not much else to really do with it.
That's why I think they really didn't have too much like physicality between the two today.
Yeah.
Or not today, during the show.
Yeah, it almost feels like they started this too soon, or when they started this off, they weren't really thinking about when Fyter Fest was taking place.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking about now, where are we at? So we got one more week. I guess next week is the go home show, right? Fyter Fest. Or no,
2 more weeks.
Two more weeks. Right. So there's two more weeks of this.
No. Fyter Fest. Well,
it's July 7th, July 8th.
No,
I think it was, wasn't it?
It's like the 1st and the 8th, something around there.
Oh, right. That's right. They're separating it out.
So they'll be on the second week. So we'll see. They might not do anything 2 weeks from now with them at all. So we have one more week of build, and then maybe they'll do something during Fyter Fest with them. Night 1, and then night 2 will be the payoff. But they might just go one more week of build up and then the week off and then go into their match. Because I'm going to assume they're going to be the main event more than likely.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So we'll see. But Mox does what he does, like we just said. Not much you can say about that. Great promo. They went to the Reba running around looking for Britt. Rebel, aka Reba.
Yeah.
I just found out like, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Rebel, man. I'm gonna just put it like that. I just found out she was an ex-Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, which is pretty cool. I'm a Cowboy fan, so that's cool.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I forget. Oh, I think because we just did we did our Twitter. We finally added a Twitter. Follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
Look at the screen at AEW Uncensored. So I was just adding all the AEW talent because that's what we do. So it's just AEW. So I happened to search her out, and it had mentioned in on her bio that she was a ex-Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, but great segment, man. I mean, she's playing that great. I mean, there's some like camp to it, but it's not it's not done bad. You know what I mean?
No, no.
It's like Cutler and Avalon. It's
Yep.
not being done bad, but there's a little tinge of camp in it. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but it's being done so well. You know. And the whole like, get me out. She like throws the phone up in the air. She's like,
Yeah.
holy shit. You know. She's like, wait. She's like, you're fired. She's like, wait, what? I'm fired. So I can leave? Okay.
Yeah, right.
No,
She's
you're
like, I'm
rehired.
free.
You're rehired. You're on a friend timeout. You know. So wait, I can leave. You know. That was done, man. I mean, again, it's just they're killing it, man. The Brits killing it. Rebel's doing a great job with it too. So.
I did like the way where she's asking where she was, and Reba's like, "Well, I was in the bathroom." She's like, "It's a full-time job. That means no bathroom." It's like, "Oh, great, that's wonderful." Just shit in your pants. Like,
yeah, that's it. Who needs it? Hey, what's up, Eddie?
What's up, Eddie?
Thanks for joining us on Father's Day. Eddie is a father of 3 children, so thanks for joining us. So we go to the main event, man. Sex Gods.
Yep.
Versus Best Friends. First off, right off the jump, boo, boo to the TNT staff who cut Sammy fucking Guevara off from singing Judas. How are you going to cut Sammy Guevara off from singing Judas? The guy is money. Eddie got kids, man. I got kids, man. I got kids. Who are you, Heath Slater, or are you Kevin? That's an inside joke. I don't think any of you get the Kevin reference, but yeah, I was like, come on, man, how you gonna cut off Sammy singing Judas? I think I feel like a lot of people on Twitter were even saying that. They were all like up in arms about it. I think they even realized. I think Tony Khan even made comment that like, yeah, we kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, it is one of the things to look forward to when they come to the ring. It's as simple as that.
100%.
It's like any other like big entrance. The entrance is part of the performance, and so you want to see some of these entrances. It's something for but yeah, I mean, hopefully, one day when fans are allowed back, they'll just start singing it again, and there you go.
Yeah, but it was fun. So good match, good hard match by all the guys involved. All of them did great. Nothing more to say than that. I mean, nothing too specific. The cameraman tripping up. I don't know who he tripped up actually. Do you know who he tripped up?
Right. I'm trying to remember who.
I don't have it in my notes. He tripped up one of them. He either tripped up Sammy or Jericho, obviously. There. He tripped up one of them.
It was one of them, yeah. Exactly.
It's either Sammy or Jericho. Duh. But it was good. That's like like that's some old school shit, man. The cameraman in disguise, fucking boom, trips him, caused the match, and of course, as expected, Jericho versus Orange Cassidy at Fyter Fest.
Well, again, it's important to note that the cameraman was
Orange Cassidy. Sorry, yes, I totally left that out.
Yeah.
The cameraman was Orange Cassidy. I'm sure anybody that listens to this knows that, but you're right. For continuity, it was OC, baby.
Yep.
Freshly squeezed, and I love that, man. That was just some nice fucking old school shit,
It was.
Maybe not like 80s old school, but that was like some mid 90s old school,
Absolutely.
Mid to late 90s old school shit. But the good part of the mid 90s. I'm not an Attitude Era fan, people.
Right, I know.
Curse me out all you want. I'm an NWO era fan. But yeah, so that was great. I mean, you got anything on that match? What do you got on that match?
I would say, yeah. I mean, not much to really say about it. The fact that it was very enjoyable. I do like that they were also playing up, Matt Hardy trying to talk to Sammy Guevara.
Yes.
You've outgrown Jericho. You need to fly on your own. Working that into there.
We didn't mention this. I don't know why it's not in my notes, but he said you could choose who you want to be, which Matt you want to be against. So it's gonna be fun to see what he chooses.
Yes.
yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, hopefully it's Damascus so that we get a.
Yeah. Yeah, unless he wants to just make things easier for himself. He's gonna be like, I want to face Matt Hardy version 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because Matt Hardy version 1 sucks.
But yeah, no, it was it's gonna be fun. I guess we'll look at. I got to try to take down notes on who. Yeah, because they've been just adding so many matches. Hopefully by the end of next week they'll have a good layout of who's gonna be on the following week's Fighter Fest night 1, and
Yep.
we could get some after that show. That Sunday we'll come up and we'll do a picks. You know, we'll do some picks.
Yeah, that sounds
So,
good.
you know, definitely join us though next week, especially to let us know what your picks will be for night 1 of Fighter Fest. So, you
Yeah.
know, in our description, get on our Skype channel, hit me up. I'll add you to our Skype channel, our Skype chat, and then from there, you know, you could either in there give us your picks, or you can say, hey, I want to come on and give you my picks, and come on with us and give you your picks. Um, you know, so because you know this, our whole thing is interaction. We want to be interactive, so we're only on show 8. So you know, we know it's going to take some time to get more interaction going, but definitely click that Skype button, or send us an email with your picks even, you know, and we'll read them right on air while we're live, you know. So we definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Even leave it in the comments of this video, you know, who you think going into Fighter Fest night 1, who you think will be the ones that come out on top. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's it for tonight. We
Yeah.
just want to say thank you. Again, we want the show to be interactive. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We have the page and the group, so get on both of them. Hit us up on Skype. You know, that's the key to everything as far as being interactive with us, is being with us on Skype. And from Skype, we bring you right on the show, because this is how we do the show, through Skype. So, you know, come on with us. The more the merrier. And we just want to say thank you tonight. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for being with us tonight. And we'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.